Hello, everybody. I'm coming to you again from outside. It's a beautiful day in this park, and I'm doing something a little bit different today. I'm not showing you my face. I know many of you must be devastated. I am showing you the nice shade of trees that I am sitting under, relaxing. So just enjoy the leaves blowing in the breeze as I talk to you about the sport that we all love. So this video was an idea that was given to me from one of my subscribers, and keep note, guys, that I will be open to suggestions that you make in the video, in all my videos. I will take them into consideration. I do have an almost loaded schedule from now until the middle of June that I want to talk about, but if I'm able to squeeze in other ideas here and there, I will do so. So anyway, this video is about potential teams that could flop next year in Russia. Sort of the antithesis to my previous video of potential World Cup surprises. So in this video, I want to talk about teams that I think could underwhelm and not meet up to expectations. Well, a few come to mind. The defending champions, Germany, are going to be looking to avoid the same fate as the two previous World Cup winners, Italy from 2006 and Spain 2010 did, and the subsequent World Cups that they qualified for. In 2010, the defending champions Italy crashed out in the group stage. In 2014, the defending champions Spain crashed out in the group stage. You go back further, the 1998 champions France crashed out in 2002. So really the only defending champion of the World Cup in the last 4 or 5 World Cup cycles that avoided utter embarrassment in the next World Cup was Brazil. Brazil, the 2002 champions, reached the World Cup in 2006, where they went out in the quarterfinals. I expect Germany to essentially undergo the same fate as Brazil did in 2006. I don't think Germany is going to get to a 5th consecutive World Cup. This is just an early prediction, guys. This can change within the blink of an eye, so don't take it to heart right now. For some reason, when Germany wins World Cups, they tend to underperform a little bit for a few years afterwards. Germany's the side that wins World Cups on average every 20 to 25 years. And I think that being the defending champions, I do think their streak of running to the semifinals in the last 4 or 5 World Cups will come to an end. I keep seeing quarterfinals. I keep thinking quarterfinals, and this is not based on any logic, really. This is all on feelings, because, again, these are early predictions. I do see Germany having an early exit next summer in Russia. And by the way, when I say early, I mean quarterfinals, because, let's face it, for the Germans, for a team that's as good as them, and how consistent they are, a quarterfinal exit is pretty underwhelming for them. I do not think they will suffer the same fate as Spain or Italy in 2006 and 2014, excuse me. Other teams that could underwhelm, and I'm talking about big-name teams in world football, we could see France. I mentioned France earlier in this video. For some reason, France is very difficult to predict in World Cups, because since 1998, France has either done very well in a tournament or they've completely collapsed. Well, 98 champions, 2002 group stage, 2006 runners-up, 2010 group stage, and infighting between members of the team and coaching staff. 2014 was okay. They made it to the quarterfinals, losing to the eventual champions, Germany. I actually believe the winner of that France-Germany quarterfinal match back in 2014 was going to go on to win the World Cup. I thought France would have beaten Brazil as well in that semi. It didn't matter. They were just a very, very good side that year. So France is hard to say. A lot of people are picking them as an early favorite to win it next year. I'm tempted to put them amongst the favorites to lift the trophy as well. In fact, I do. I think, in my mind, there are one of 3 or 4 favorites to win it next year. But I'm very hesitant to say that with confidence, because for all we know, they could crash out again, because that seems to be the trend in French football in recent World Cup history. Italy, no, I don't think Italy will underwhelm. They've already underwhelmed for the last 2 World Cups with 2 group stage exits. I do think Italy will go farther this time, so they're not on the list. So I could see Belgium being another team that underperforms. They were just not impressive at all in 2014 or in the 2016 Euros. I would not be surprised if Belgium enters the 2018 World Cup as one of the seeded sides and they just crash out in the group stages. Personally, I'm not a big fan of Belgium, but I try to put my own bias aside in my own analysis. I could definitely see them still not gelling together as a team and really not going past anything further than the round of 16 next summer. I could definitely see that happening. I would be a little bit surprised if they got as far as the semifinals. I think they are right now currently still the most overrated side in the world, Belgium. They're a team of excellent individual players, but as a unit, they just don't function as well as their individual players do. So, moving on to South America. I don't like saying this, but I could see Argentina flopping. I can. They've made 3 finals in a row in the last 3 years, 1 World Cup, 2 Copa Americas. A lot of people might be expecting them to get back to another final this year, but I could easily see them just succumbing to the pressure and Messi ending his career without ever lifting a World Cup trophy. I can definitely see that happening, unfortunately. Keep in mind, a very, very strong Argentine side entered the 2002 World Cup, and they crashed out in the group stages. So that could happen, guys. Argentina not getting past the quarterfinals is a very real possibility. And with the kind of team that they have, anything less than the semis, in my opinion, is an outright failure. So I could see that happening for Argentina as well. Another South American team I can see not performing to full expectation is Colombia. I thought Colombia really benefited from an easy group in 2014. Not to take anything away from them, they deserve a lot of credit. They're a really great team. But you look at their form in qualifying now, they're not as good as they were when they qualified for the 2014 World Cup. You say they're in second place right now in South America, but keep in mind that South America right now, there's only 6 points separating the second placed and eighth placed teams, and up until the last 2 games in South America, Colombia were sitting in 6th, which doesn't even get them to a playoff. I do expect Colombia to qualify, but I would not be surprised if they don't get to the quarterfinals again as they did last time. I think they could underwhelm. And another South American team I think could underwhelm is Uruguay. Uruguay is an aging team. They don't really have a midfield right now. And I don't know. They look a little suspect. They started off World Cup qualification in great shape. It looked like they were going to become the first ever time avoiding the playoff spot. They've had to qualify for the playoff spot in the last 4 World Cup cycles. Now they might be doomed to it again. Who knows? Time will tell. But they looked very suspect at the moment. Let's see, who else might underwhelm? That's really all I could think of at the moment because, because I do think other teams like Italy, England, and Spain, I do think they're going to have a better World Cup than they did last time, and Portugal as well. All 4 of those teams I just mentioned are big names in Europe. They all crashed out in the group stages of 2014. I don't expect that to happen again. I think they will advance. So my potential teams that would flop in Russia next year are from Europe. I'm going to say Germany, France, and Belgium. And from South America, I'm going to say Argentina, Colombia, and Uruguay. And I'm only going to go through Europe and South America because those are the 2 biggest continents in the world as far as world football prowess and status is concerned. If say, for example, Japan didn't advance out of the group stages, I wouldn't consider that a flop because Japan is not yet a world footballing power. So those 6 teams that I mentioned from Europe and South America easily come to mind right away as far as like an early indicator of some teams I think could fail to go as far as they really should. So you can comment below, like, subscribe, share this video with other people so they can subscribe too. I'm trying to grow this channel out. Who do you think could be some potential flops next year at the World Cup? Do you agree with my choices? Do you think I'm wrong? And I look forward to reading your comments and what you have to say. Until then, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.